Today's topic is to find the efficiency of a lap joint, which is shown in figure having two plates of thickness 20 mm. There are six number of bolts of diameter 20 mm and grade 4.6, whereas the grade of plate is 14 mm. So the given data M20 bolts of grade 4.6, where 20 represents the diameter of bolt, and from table number 19 IS 800 2007, it can be seen that to give a standard clearance for the bolts which is having a diameter of 16 to 22 mm, the clearance value shall be provided is 2 mm. So we have calculated the diameter of bolt hole with 2 mm as clearance, which is about 22 mm. The given grade of bolt is 4.6, which means that the ultimate strength of bolt is 400 megapascals, and Fe14 plates are given, which means the ultimate strength of plate is 14 megapascals and yield strength of plate is 250 megapascals. The thing what they have asked in the question is to find the efficiency of a bolt. To determine the efficiency of a connection or a joint, we need to calculate the strength of joint, and we need to relate it with strength of plate, total strength of plate. So to determine the strength of joint, we need to see all the possible ways how my joint may fail. There are two different ways how my joint may fail. The first one is with respect to bolts. With respect to bolts, my plate may fail. The second one, my plate may also fail because of the tensile strength which is acting axially over my steel section, which we always call it as a rupture. The plate may fail from the connection. So we need to determine the strength of bolt and the strength of plate. We need to equate all these values to see what is the strength of joint. To determine the strength of bolt, here we need to refer to different criteria. The first criteria, we need to check the design strength of bolt in shear. Actually, when a connection is given and the type of bolt here used as in the type of connection here is bearing type of connection. In bearing type of connection, the possible failure in the bearing type of force has been already explained, and you can find the link in the description. What happens here, generally the plates are allowed to move. When there is a movement in the plate, which there is no resistance in the plate, it's due to movement of plate in different directions. The shear is generated between the surfaces. This is how the shear is generated between the surfaces. And we can see whenever the shear is maximum reaches its design strength, the failure can occur, and we can say it that this is our shear surface, and the bolt may cut off into two different parts as shown here. So this is what we are going to study in our uh, design strength in shear. What happens here, we need to see whether the shear surfaces in this case is intercepting the threaded portion. My assumption is the shear surfaces in this case is intersecting the threaded portion. So from IS 800 2007, here the formula for shear is given as VDSB, which must be equal to FUB. The failure occurred in the bolt by root 3 gamma MB into NN ANB plus NS ASB. It can be seen there are no reduction factors in these cases. This is why there are three reduction factor: beta Lj, beta Lg, beta Pk. These three reduction factors are equated as one. As it can be seen, there is no packing plate is provided, and the length of grip length is also very less, whereas length of correction is also very limited. As in the question, it is given that the pitch between the plates is 60 and end distance is 30. 30, it is limited to 120 mm, where the length of joint, the grip length, and there are no packing plates. So that is why the reduction factors are nullified or just equated as 1. So in this case, we already know FUB value, which is 110. Uh, Net area of bolt, and the area of bolt of the area of bolted shank, NN is equal to 1. So we are finding for only one bolt. There are total 6 number of bolts, but in this case we are first calculating the strength of shear. For we are determining the strength in shear for only one bolt. So that is why Nn equal to 1. How the bolt is and Ns equal to 0. As I can see, there is only one shear zone. That is why, and this shear zone is assumed such a way that, see here, I have shown you one type of failure, how the bolt fail. I have assumed that the bolt is failing in threaded portion. The bolt is failing in threaded portion. It means that the shear is intersecting in threaded portion. And when if intersected in the shank portion, in that cases the NS value will become 1. As there is only one zone, as there is only one shear zone, that is why NN will become 1 and NS will become 0. Beta Lg, the length of connection should be less than 15 times the diameter of bolt, where I can say that the length of connection is 60 mm and 15 times of this bolt will come across 300 mm, whereas beta Lg for grip length, which is 20 mm and 20 mm, which must be less than 5 times of diameter of bolt, which will be 100 mm. So there will be no reduction factors here. And apart, we are going to study about the fracture zone here. Generally, when we see the failure here in the bolt, it will be around circle. The shape of bolt in the threaded portion will be around circle. That is why the area of circle has been substituted here, 5 by 4 d square. This d is the diameter of shank. Now we are seeing that the failure has occurred in the threaded portion. This is why the value will be reduced to 0.78 times of 5 by 4 into d square. Now, when I substitute the values here, VDSB, this value will be 400 divided by root 3 into 1.25. NN is 1, as this is we are considering only for one bolt. There are 6 number of bolts, but I am considering only for one bolt. 1 into A and B, 0.78 times of 5 by 4 T square, where when we substitute the values, I will get VDSB as 100 by root 3, 1.25 into 1 into 0.78 times of 5 by 4 into 20 square. This value will be around 45.26 kilonewtons. This value is only for single bolt, one bolt. So in the question they have gave total 6 number of bolts. In these cases, for 6 bolts, this value will be 6 into 45.26, which will be around 271.5 83 kilonewtons. Now let us find the desired strength of bolt in bearing. The formula is given in the code IS 800 2007. They have given the formula VD which must be equal to 2.5 times of KB DTFU by gamma MB, where gamma MB is 1.25, which is already mentioned in our table IS 800 2007, table number 5, where the value of KB is minimum of E by 3 D naught P by 3 D naught minus 0.25 and FUB by FU or 1. So if I determine the value of KB, and before that let us see how the failure will occur. So this is how the failure is measured for bearing. Generally the plate will deform its position. What happens here, bearing occurs only when there is uh, no when there is a slip allowed between the plate, in the sense due to addition of forces, due to implication of tensile force on the plate, what happens, the plate will tends to move in this direction, whereas the board, to make a equilibrium, it will counteract the movement of plate and applies some force in opposite direction. Similarly, the bottom plate also try to move in the direction of applied tensile force. So similarly, again, the second half of the bolt will be the position to maintain equilibrium. The bolt will counteract the force which is applied on the plate. This is how the bearing of the plate comes into existence, deforming the plate, deforming the plate. Here Fu is Fu of plate, because the plates will get deformed in this case. And what is the force acting here? Generally, this could be the D diameter with a thickness of plate. How up to what extent, up to what the thickness is allowed. Thickness generally here is measured in the direction of bearing. How the bearing, in what ways the bearing is occurring. For example, if there are three number of plates in a connection, the same, let us assume this is the one. What happens due to application of tensile force in different directions in the plate, this plate applies the bearing in this direction, whereas this plate applies the bearing in this direction. This plate applies the bearing in this direction. Let us assume the thickness here is T1, the thickness of plate here is T2, and the thickness of plate here is T3. Now we have to see that in what direction the bearing is applied. If it is applied in this direction, then the thickness shall be taken as summation of thickness of plate which is experiencing bearing in the same direction. These two plates are experiencing the bearing force in the same direction. That is why we need to do summation of this plate. Whereas when if we see the direction of bearing which is in opposite to this direction, then in this case this value will become T2. So now what we have to do, we have to compare these two values and we have to take the minimum of these two values. But in our case, the thickness is 20 mm here, as well as the thickness for this plate is also 20 mm. Then the thickness here will become 20 mm, where the diameter of bolt, which is about 20 mm, is our diameter of bolt. Now let us calculate the value of KB in the distance, which is given as 33 into 22. If we calculate it, this value will be 0.4545, whereas the pitch given in the question, which is about 60 by 3 into 22 minus 0.25, this value will come across 0.6591, and this is 400 by 410. This value tends to 0.9751, whereas KB is measured the minimum of this four value. So in this case, the value of KB will be 0.4545. Now let us substitute all our values in the formula, which is 2.5 into KB 0.4545 into diameter of bolt, which is 20 mm, into 20 mm is thickness of plate, 410 is strength of plate. Why we selected strength of plate? Because we can see here clearly the deformation is occurring in the plate. That is why we will take here ultimate strength of plate, which is 410 megapascal divided by 1.25. If we find this, this is only for one bolt. This value will be across 186.345 kilonewtons. For 6 bolts, this value will become 894.456 kilonewtons. Okay. Now, the third case, what we are going to do here is to determine the strength of plates in the joint. The application of force here is tension, and we know that if tension is applied in this way, the failure due to rupture will come across perpendicular to the applied force. Either the failure will be in zone 1 or it can also be see the failure here could be zone 2. Either you consider zone 1 we can see there are three number of bolts, or if we consider zone 2 same we can get three number of bolts. That is why either you select section 1 or you select section 2, we will get same net area to calculate the strength in rupture. To calculate it, we have a formula dn equal to 0.9 an fu by gamma m1. We are calculating this at critical section. Critical section is a section where we will get low net area. So what happens here, when the area reduces, automatically the strength of plate will also get reduced. So this is why now we will calculate net area AN equal to B minus NDH plus sigma I PSI square by 4G into thickness of plate T. खामोश बैठो जी, चलाओ ना को हल्लू बात कर लो, हल्लू बात करो. The net area of plate here, this is I will come across when there is inclination or when we are going to provide staggered bolting. In this case, we have provided chain bolting. This is why the value of I will become 0. So the formula what we left over for net area will be B minus N dH into thickness of thinner plate. Both the plate thickness is 20 mm. B, the value of width in the question given as 180 mm, 180 minus n, which is three number of bolts in a section. Either I say take section 1 1 or I can take section 2 2. Generally, how we select this section, the failure will occur like this. This is my first bolt. The plate will get separated. The area what we are going to measure is only the area what I am highlighting here. So the remaining plate will be stays in position. Three bolts. The plate got separated. If you are going to take section 1 1, section 1 1, this is my fractured surface. The one what I have highlighted here. This is my fracture surfaces. So the total width of this plate is 180, and I can see here the plate, the bolts where I have to remove here, as there is nothing here. We are calculating net area. There is an empty space here, minus 3 into diameter of bolt hole, which is 22 mm, into what is the thickness of plate. Thickness of plate here is 20 mm. So if I calculate the net area of a plate, this value will be 2280 mm square. Let's substitute the formula for net area here. TDN equal to 0.9 AN 2280 into FU of plate, which is around 410 megapascals, by the safety factor is 1.25, which we can get it from table number 5 of IS 800 2007. If I calculate here, we will get this value as 673.056 kilo newtons. This is the strength of plate in the joint. Now let us calculate the efficiency, as efficiency is given as strength of joint by strength of plate. Okay. To calculate efficiency of joint, we need to see efficiency is given as strength of joint by strength of plate. So overall strength of plate. Now we are going to calculate the total strength of plate. Already we knew that we calculated the strength of plate with considering the net area. Now instead of net area, I am going to consider with gross area. I am assuming that there are no holes, but this part is totally filled by our plate. So this is the formula what we will get. Instead of net area, I am considering the gross area to calculate the total strength of plate, which will be 0.9 times of 180 is the width, thickness of plate, which is 20, into FU 410 divided by 1.25. This value will be across 1062.72. So now what is the strength of joint? Here we need to consider the strength of plate and the strength of bolt plate in joint. The strength of plate in joint, what we got it as 673.056 kilonewtons. In the case of bolt, I have to see the shear as well as bearing, where the bearing value will be across what we got was 894.46 kilonewtons, whereas for shear we got 271.586 kilonewtons. The minimum of these three values gives us the strength of joint. So the minimum of this one, which is 271.586 divided by the total strength of plate, which is we got it as 1062.72 kilonewtons. If we evaluate these, we will get the efficiency of connection as 25.5